Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are plunging right into the performance of the Nissan Qashqai 2026, and we have a core question for you. Is this just another efficient SUV, or is it something else, maybe an electric vehicle in disguise?
Well, that's really the heart of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The surprising answer is hidden right there under the bonnet. Our sources show Nissan went with this dual performance strategy. It's designed for, maximum efficiency, but also a very unique driving feel.
It sounds like they're giving drivers two very different options.
They are. It's really quite clever.
Look, if this is the kind of analysis you find valuable, make sure you stay with us. Hitting that like button and subscribing, well, it's the best way to tell us to keep these deep dives coming. Okay, so let's break down that strategy. It starts with the two engines, right?
Exactly. First up is the more traditional option, the 1.3-liter turbo.
The DGT.
That's the one. It gives you a solid 148 horsepower and 250 newton meters of torque. But crucially, it has a 12-volt mild hybrid system.
Which is there to just boost efficiency a little bit, take some load off the engine.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It makes everything run smoother. But then you have the real game changer.
The e-power system. This is where it gets interesting because, as our sources confirm, the gasoline engine here doesn't actually drive the wheels at all.
No, it functions only as a generator, just making electricity. The electric motor does all the work of moving the car.
And that means the power figures must be pretty different.
Oh, they are. The output jumps to 190 horsepower and, more importantly, a really hefty 330 newton meters of torque.
That's a huge jump in torque.
It is, and it means you get that instant EV-like responsiveness the second you touch the pedal.
Which translates directly to acceleration. The standard turbo gets to 100 kilometers per hour in about, 8.9 seconds?
Around that, yeah. But the e-power, it just shaves a full second off that time, so 7.9 seconds. Much quicker off the line.
But there's a trade-off here, isn't there, with the top speed?
Yes, and it's a fascinating one. The turbo can reach about 200 kilometers per hour. The e-power, though, is electronically limited to 170.
So, Nissan is clearly signaling that e-power is all about efficiency, not outright speed.
100%. And you see it in the fuel consumption numbers.
Yeah.
The turbo is respectable, between 6 and 7 liters per 100 kilometers.
For the e-power.
It's outstanding.
Mhm.
Just 5.2 liters on average. With a 55-liter fuel tank, you could be looking at a range of over 800 kilometers.
That's incredible mileage.
It is. And remember, you can find a link to the full in-depth review of these figures and our Cars Press WhatsApp channel right after this.
Okay, so that efficiency comes from more than just the engine. What about the transmission? They're completely different systems.
Completely. The turbo uses Nissan's Xtronic CVT. They've worked on it a lot to reduce that rubbery feeling and the noise.
And the e-power is much simpler.
Much. It's a single-speed transmission, basically what you'd find in a pure EV, because the electric motor's doing the driving.
And what about getting that power to the road? Is it front-wheel drive?
Primarily, yes. But if you go for the top Technoplus trim, you can get a proper all-wheel drive system. It even has dedicated terrain modes for more capability.
And I imagine the suspension is pretty key for ride quality.
It is. You've got McPherson struts up front, which is standard stuff. The rear is more sophisticated. A multi-link independent setup on the all-wheel drive models and the ones with bigger wheels.
That multi-link system usually helps with stability and keeping the cabin quiet.
It does. But here's a critical point our sources noted, something for you to really think about. If you get the bigger 19 or 20-inch wheels, the ride can get a bit harsh.
So you get the looks, but you sacrifice some comfort on rough roads.
Exactly. Those lower-profile tires are less effective at soaking up deep bumps. It's a real choice between aesthetics and practical comfort.
All right, let's wrap this up. The Qashqai 2026 really feels like a clever blend of power and economy, leaning hard into that e-power tech.
It delivers that EV feel without any of the charging anxiety. It's a game changer for daily driving.
But here's the final thought we want to leave you with.
It's about the long term. The source material raises a really good point about the potential complexity and, the cost of maintaining that combined system once the battery warranty expires.
Which is a generous 8 years or 160,000 kilometers.
Right. But after that, does the fantastic short-term fuel economy outweigh the potential financial risk of a complex out-of-warranty system?
That is an excellent question to mull over. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. If this analysis connected the dots for you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.